So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That escapes. Hurts fumbles it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually
this is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the 10, 1st and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll swing this out to Mostert, and he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. on schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, Mostert. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here. Brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And the fake field goal works to perfection. You don't see it often, and they caught him by surprise.
And how about the guts to call it in that situation? Think you're going to get an easy 3? Instead, you turn it into 6.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Hurts sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. DeAndre Swift, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Tua going to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, it's Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Looking to pass. Tua completes it to the tight end, Smythe. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yard. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Durham Smythe, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Durham Smythe with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts at the controls, ready for their next possession. He's got a touchdown pass in this first half, but he's also been intercepted twice, so He'll be looking to be a bit more careful with the ball here as they start on first down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jalen Phillips able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Now inside the 25. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Eagles. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They're rocking and rolling, but the scoreboard doesn't show a big difference. You know, maybe it's one of those games where coaches say you can't miss your turn on offense.
I like the way you phrased it, especially with that. I love that rocking and rolling, because the explosions on offense are happening. So that's going to keep the crowd going. They're loving that. But defensively, they just can't get it together to get the stops they've needed in order to help increase their margin. They've got to find a way, but you're not counting on it. That's exactly what you said. Can't miss your turn, can't miss your opportunity.
Yeah, they're going for another opportunity now.
On first down, Tagovailoa getting this out to the flat. Mostert.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Mostert.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 23. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, bring the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better. better here on 2nd and 16.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Flushed out right.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Once again, it's Mostert. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's 2nd and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Hassan Reddick drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
On the return, Boston Scott. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Tua now on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slips free.
So Tua making the completion there. What's different about playing like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body square around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's a dart thrower. Loves those short to intermediate routes first. Sit on those and make him throw the deep ball. Not that he's not capable, but you want him to prove it to you first.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Play action. Now it's Tua. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Mostert will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
This is Smith with a grab. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Throwing is Hurts.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Jalen Phillips make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Braxton Berrios deep for Miami. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
He'll look to Mostert to start things out.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. They juked him.
There he goes, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Eagles take over first
and out now come the Eagles.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with As they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a give to Mostert running right.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now 2nd and 9. They hand it off to Mostert.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
85 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a 1st down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Here's Mostert.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Dolphins are able to add on to their 1st half lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
Hey, let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception.
Brandon Jones picking it off.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the 1st half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
2 and now on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Mostert. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
102 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. A handoff running left is Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling?
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Eli Apple.
He's to the 10.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Here's Berrios. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And it'll be Dolphin football.
And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent, the blocking's been terrific, and obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Mostert.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Here's Tua.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his one. this time they get him behind the line.
Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Tua going to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Zach Cunningham in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
3rd and long.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Mario Goodrich
providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
And down he goes again, a bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He got 29 yards that time. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
They'll set up to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And my goodness, another interception.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 2nd down, Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
1st down, Miami.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Over the middle, incomplete to Waddle.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half. Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. It was Raheem Mostert, the veteran, who did some damage in that first half. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
63.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Hey, 73.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
A fake on the jet sweep as they'll go play action with Hurts.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. And
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Raekwon Davis in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense?
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
135 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Again, it's Mostert. And this time he'll score. Touchdown, Miami.
Sometimes
third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him.
Delay of game, offense.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, give them credit. That's a good solid gain there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Eagles' 6-yard line.
One more time with Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Jason Sanders.